Hey guys. Guys, okay. It is undeniable that our experiences shape us throughout our entire lives. This is a fact as solid as the Earth's rotation around the sun. For me, I want to acknowledge how I was shaped by all of the things I've experienced at Stetson. Everyone who recognizes me on campus knows how outspoken I am on just about everything, most notably on issues we have had as a community concerning diversity among the student population. Much of my personal and academic passion has been centered around this, but today I want to discuss another aspect of this community that has shaped me. My undergraduate career has been marked by my family. Now, let me explain what I mean. Family is your blood relatives, like my two sisters here at school with me, Ashley and Aurora. But it can also mean the people who become close to you, the chosen who make your life richer just by supporting and loving you. I'm fortunate enough to have both and to have each part of my family engaged at this university. Humor me for a bit as I share with you what they've taught me. The opening chapter in my undergraduate story was a trying one, as I'm sure many people in the audience in front of me can relate to. During the summer before I began college, my mother fell ill with transverse myelitis, which strips cells in the spine of their covering and makes them unresponsive. Long story short, we didn't know she would ever walk again. This defining moment of my life consisted of my sisters and I carrying my mother into her doctor's office because she was unable to walk, crying in pain because her back was that injured. All of the plans I had made for my life came to a shuddering halt. My mother, the rock of my childhood, was shaken to her core, and so was I. I stepped onto campus, Stetson's campus, the campus, whatever. I stepped onto campus aware for the first time what instability looked like and how I could handle it. I became more aware of this as I grew in consciousness, my comfort zone pushed by my studies. It was in the classroom I began to understand the cogs of society, such as privilege and stereotyping, and where I began to question the human condition. I moved outside of my own bubble and tried to grasp how we are shaped by the world around us. This lesson has been an invaluable one. The in-between chapters have been marked by a different sort of family, my fellow students and my faculty. Here was what I'd learned in the classroom, but in practice. I was prepared to hate Stetson. It wasn't my first choice by any stretch of the imagination. I grew up in a space just like this one. Same demographics, same issues, same people. It was like high school all over again, except with Greek life. So, no. I entered this school prepared to get my degree, my GPA, and leave. Instead, I have been awed and shaped by the people around me. Of course, like any community, there are going to be tense periods among us, but I can say without a doubt that the members of the Stetson community I have held issue with have also done their part in shaping my ideals and my goals. They're the ones who truly taught me to speak loudly for hope they would never go a day without hearing the real thoughts of people around them. There are too many to name, both positive and negative, but they have an undeniable influence on the young woman you see standing before you. One such powerful influence was Dr. Kimberly Flint Hamilton, and another in Dr. Christopher Bell. In Lindsay Graves, I learned compassion. In my friends, like my wife Gabby, and my fellow students who spend all of their time in the Tri-C, I understood loyalty. The power of Stetson community lies in the connections that we have made with our faculty, staff, and fellow students. I, for one, feel like I walk around with their colors on me, their words, their gestures, jokes, and ideas. Here is where I was tempered by the fire, or so I thought. I learned so much about myself by connecting with others on campus. It felt unreal and still does. One moment I'm me, and then I blink and I'm the president of Sonar. The next, I'm part of the Bonner program, working in DeLand and the Spring Hill community. The next, working with different parts of the Cross-Cultural Center. Waking up every day proud of the work I was doing was like seeing in color in the first time. I loved my work and who I was working with. My community supported me in ways I couldn't have ever imagined, and all because I was open to letting them. This second lesson was a joy to learn. This closing section has been marked by the passing of my godmother, who helped to raise me. Every story has an element of grief, of heartbreak, and of surprise, and this is no different. This experience taught me, like all the others have, it was just a harder lesson to learn. Here then was where my true tempering was. It was when my world fell apart in my hands that I understood the real power of the Stetson community. My family were the ones who held me up and picked me up and held me together while I glued all of the pieces of my life back. To experience love like what I've received on this campus has been the best part of college. And to quote Morgan Freeman from his esteemed work in a classic film, The Lego Movie, I know it sounds like a cat poster, but it's true. It has been a slow process, but without them, I wouldn't have been able to stand here as part of the graduating class of 2017. So what has my last lesson been? I have learned to be grateful for the time I have had with family instead of mourning the time we won't get together. Normally, these types of things end with a quote, so I'm sure everyone has been preparing for it. The words I live by and encourage you to do as well come from a humble girl from New Jersey, the new Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. She said, "Good is not something you are, it's something you do. It takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes one to create a Stetson graduate. We are, many of us, defined by our families, both chosen and blood-related. We are that something good. People have taught us, and now we have to go into the world and teach others. I have faith in all of you, even when you may not have any yourself. My last lesson to share with you is one that will be vital as we all move forward, whether it be to a job, to graduate school, or into the abstract void. My advice is simply this: never let yourself stop learning from others. It's how we grow. That's probably the wisest thing I've ever said, and I'm happy to share it with you. After all, we're family. Congratulations to the class of 2017. We made it, guys.